All right, what do we have here? This is some sort of project light situation with the solar power and a little uh, way to stand it up here. Um, and apparently it just stopped powering on and as well as working with the solar. So it's not just like, you know, oh, the power jack is messed up. So it's something more interesting. So let's take a look at this thing. This is GZGLUZ brand. And it says down here D18. Let's see, D18 IP65 water, I guess, water resistance. Okay. Here are the ports on the thing. There's the power and output and input. So it has a little USB thing to power something. And there's the Type C input and I guess the power level indication here. I don't know, maybe the solar panel, or maybe there's a battery in here. I don't know. No clue. Um, that doesn't do anything right now. So let's get the USB-C in there. See if I can see anything on this meter I have. Okay. Okay, plugging it in right now. There's something, 0.2 volts, and drop down. Oh, when I move it, I wonder if that's the solar panel picking up from my lights. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. That's kind of cool. I point it right at the lights. Yeah, it's getting tons. Let's see if it can actually turn on. I'm trying to press the power right now. It's not doing anything. I don't imagine that would be enough. 3 volts. Okay. It's not drawing power itself from the jack, but the solar panel is providing power. So that's an interesting bit of information. Let's take this thing apart and see if there's something obviously burnt out. This might help. Yeah, getting somewhere. There it is. All right. I'm assuming that I can just take the whole thing out the front now once I get all these off. Okay, I don't want to rip anything. Let's see. Okay, it's fully separate. All right, there is a battery pack in here. A bunch of 18650s. Yep. We have 2 chips here. Let's get the microscope going on this. Just do a quick inspection and see if anything's obvious. Any like blown holes in chips? Oh, that doesn't look great. The amount of solder in this pin right here, or lack of solder. That's just ground. And one of the legs has solder. Okay. Okay, let me try this other USB-C meter real quick. I'll just tell you if it shows it's drawing anything. So okay, 5 volts at 0.12 amps, and pressing the power would be this guy right here. No change. Let me hold it down. No change. So 120 milliamps, 5 volts. No change when holding in power. Okay. Let me see what's the charge in the battery pack. So I have my multimeter going on volts DC, 1.1 volts DC. Okay, yellow and white wires. There's actually 4 wires coming off. I think, okay, these little black and red wires, I'll show you. I think these little black and red wires right here, the thinner wires go to the what it is, solar panel. And then you have the white and the yellow for the battery pack for positive and negative. Yellow is positive, white is negative. So I'm going to check the voltage on the batteries themselves. 1 volt. That's pretty low, I would imagine, for all these. Okay, but regardless of the battery, it should run if it has power into the DC. And it looks like ground all around here and 2 pins for positive. They come in right here. This guy does its magic, of which I have no clue. But we can check for voltages while it's powered up. So let's just start with 5 volts. And let's get my, I'll just let you know what the meter says. Okay. So should have 5 volts here. We do. And here, it's the same thing, yeah. Okay, on this pin, 5 volts. Okay. What about some of the outputs of this thing? Okay, right here. 1.3 volts, 1.4 volts. What about this guy? 1.4 volts. This guy, 1 volt. Over here, 1.4. Over here, nothing. We have 0.3. Over here is going crazy from 0 to 4 volts, cycling. And we have 5 volts, obviously, input. So 1 volt, 1.4, 1.4, 1.4, I believe. Yep. 1.4, 1.4. Okay. What about on this side of the inductor? 1.4. Let's see, is anything coming to this port here? Should be ground, okay. And nothing here. There's some voltage here. There's 1.5 volts here. USB port is getting some kind of voltage. All right, let's see. What about this chip over here? 0.2 volts. 0.7 volts. 2 volts. Nothing. 0.2. 0.6. 0.6. 0.5. 1.5. 0.5. 1.5. 0.5. 0.5. And 0.45 or 0.5 basically. This is the bottom of the power switch. I'll put my multimeter in continuity. Okay, should be no continuity right now. And when I press the button, if I can find another hand here, that works perfectly fine. Got 0 ohms right there. We've found a short right away. Okay, I'm just going to touch up all the solder joints, because why not? It won't hurt anything, and it might fix it. I had the camera off for a second, and I was just curious. I tried desoldering the battery pack to see if that would change anything. So I learned a couple of things actually from doing that. So these are the connectors for the battery pack. Let's see. Get my little ammeter here. Connect this up. Press the power light, power button. I don't know if you can tell, but the LEDs are lighting up now. It's actually turning on. Yeah. So I have to figure out why did that happen? Also, like if the battery pack was just shorted, if that was a problem, this thing would be getting hot, right? It had 1 volt in it, and yeah, so I'm not sure about that. But I also learned that this other power supply I was using with USB-C, uh, it's like power delivery, or I think it's like a higher voltage and then it negotiates a lower voltage. I don't know. That didn't work, and neither did the power supply from a Nintendo Switch. That didn't work. This is just a straight 5 volts, um, nothing more, and it seems to work, which is kind of crazy. But two good things to know. Okay, now why? Why is that the case? So this is the problem. This, which is really weird, because the battery being dead is a problem, but the battery has 1 volt in it and nothing's shorted. Nothing's like leaking. The batteries are just all in the same direction, like positive and negative. They're all soldered together. So, yeah, I don't understand why, but let's see. Check the voltage again. Get my meter out here. Yeah, 1.5 volts. I think it was at 1 volt last time I checked. Yeah, 1.5 volts. And let's see what happens if I connect it while the light's already on. Or maybe I don't even have to press the power button. All right, the white's the negative, and yellow's a positive. Turns off immediately. Is that because the battery is drawing most of the power? Turns back on. Let me look at my meter. See what it's doing when that happens. So right now it's 5 volts at 21 milliamps, or 270 milliamps. It's like climbing. The lights are just getting brighter. So it's like 300 milliamps. Touch it to there. Drops down to 120 milliamps with no lights. Let me just see, out of weird curiosity, like if the battery pack was shorted, surely like it would be heating up and leaking, and like it would be bad, right? Okay, I'm in resistance. And it can't figure out resistance, can't measure it. It's probably right. See, one end of the positive to the far end of the positive, 0 ohms. Let's try on the actual battery and not on the metal strip. 0 ohms. Let's do the same on the negative. Yep, 0 ohms. I would imagine that's all correct. 1.69 volts now. So is it charging the battery and it's not on until the battery's charged? What's the voltage on these? It's supposed to be 3.7. Is it just charging the battery the whole time? You would think some of these indicators on here on the board would light up. Maybe they did and I didn't notice. Nope, no lights from these little charge indicator LEDs. Let's see if the voltage goes up. Already forgot what it was. Okay, so 1.86. Yeah, I think it went up. It was like 1.7 something. I'm just gonna solder this back and see once it gets to 3.7 if the light will turn on. All right, that's on there now. Let's get the power plugged in, and let's monitor the voltage. 0, completely 0. How is that? Now the battery is just completely 0. What in the world? So is there a short between the battery positive and negative on the board or something? And that's what I should have looked at? No, voltage is gone, completely gone. Oh, and of course now the battery has voltage. Why would the battery be showing no voltage even when just the positive is connected to the board? So I can rest these here, and I'm just going to touch the positive lead to the battery positive. It's touching. No change. Touch the negative. Okay. Hold both of them on there. Okay, see if it turns on without me. Yeah, it turns on without me pressing power. But can I turn it off? Or change it with the power button? Yeah, I don't know if it's doing anything. I'm holding the power button down. It didn't turn off, obviously. Double tap, nothing. Single tap. I do not understand this thing. So as soon as I connect this battery, it's gonna go black. And let's see what the voltage does. It's at 1.81 right now. And it's charging up. Let's see if I can hold this till 3.7. All right, I just wanted to show you I'm actually at 3.6 volts right now. I have it sitting perfectly, so I don't have to hold it with my finger. And the lights are coming on, which is a great sign. We'll see how it goes. Right now, still charging. It's at 3.78, going super, super slow. Does the power button work now? Nope, power button still doesn't do anything. I'm gonna pull out the power. Lights out completely. Batteries are still at 3.7 volts. Power button is not doing anything. Tried holding it down, pressing it once, tried double pressing it. This thing is acting super duper weird. Able to charge the battery again, and it works, sort of. The really weird thing is that it just turns itself on when you plug it in. Slowly, the LEDs light up, and not even all of them. It's also another thing. So maybe that's the problem. One half, these ones don't light up, and half of the white LEDs don't light up. Seems like this half and also another half of the LEDs somehow. So what if that's all it is just a dead LED causing all of this somehow? Okay, power's unplugged. I'm going in diode mode and testing LEDs. Let's see. See? This whole row works. All of these lighter ones work. What about these? Yep. Those are all lighting up as well. Yep. Yep. There we go. Every LED is getting some kind of light. Okay, now this side is what I was worried about. Let's see. These ones don't light up. I can see something, but it's not as bright as these other ones. They're blue. Maybe these are meant to be a different color. They're like reddish. They're barely lighting up. Let's see. Are these ones also red? Yeah, they're also red. Okay, those are lighting up. Yep, these are also lighting up. All the LEDs are functioning. Oh, wow. I did this. Moving things around, burnt this up. What if there was a small issue with that and now I just like made it more obvious? Okay, well, gotta fix that. This is really difficult to show. Okay, I really doubt that did anything, but fix what I messed up. Oh, wow. I've got red LEDs and blue LEDs and all the LEDs except for, well, still missing. Still missing some. Now what happens if I put the battery in? Goes dim again. What the heck is going on with this thing? Tap the power button, nothing. Double tap, nothing. Hold it down. Or would they all just turn on all of a sudden? Oh, crap. I just noticed something else. Look at this. There's another trace that I blew out. Well, maybe both these traces were having trouble, and uh, yeah, I just like finished them off. And maybe if I fix this, it'll fix the problem. I mean, I could probably just get a thick wire from here to here. I really need to improve that. That one right there still looks pretty bad. I think that'll do. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's see what it does with power now that I have repaired that. Any other obvious, like blown out traces? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Not pressing power. It immediately kind of comes on, and it's gonna do the slow thing again. It says it's drawing 5 volts, 1 amp. I'll pull a thermal cam after I break it. Oh, I actually did knock out the lens there. Sweet. I have no idea which way this lens goes. Okay, I don't know if you can see. There's a heat spot finally. And this is probably something that I've done over all this nonsense I've been doing, but at least there's something getting really hot. 64C right here, right on the chip there. Oh, that wasn't getting hot before. Oh, there's another blown spot right here. Wow, I just blew up everything here. Let me see. Oh, oh, the battery is still connected. I should probably not use metal. All right, here we go again. Battery disconnected. Powering it up. Oh, got a flash. Oh, it has green LEDs. What in the world? Is this working now? Let me connect the battery temporarily. Whoa. Oh my God. It's working. It's going through all the different modes. Wow. Okay, so all I can think of, since I didn't really fix anything, like, is there were various issues with the traces that I didn't realize because they weren't obvious until I shorted some stuff out, let it charge the battery a bunch, and probably just burnt those weak traces out. And once I did all the repairs on three of these traces here, four, well, no, three, started working again. Other than that, I can't explain it. I'm going to start the battery up and put it all back together and pray it still works. All right, my original video got corrupted for some reason, but here it is, all back together. And let's see. Power. There's the green lights. There it is, blinding you. Switching different modes. Everything's working. All right. I wish I wish I had a more obvious like answer as to what exactly fixed it, but you know, it is what it is. It works.